Hello, welcome to Happiness Unlocked. My name is Brandy Avila, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 love languages, but maybe in a way that you haven't heard about them before. We're actually going to be discussing how to use your salient love language or love languages to engage in self-care. If this is your first time here, welcome. On this channel, I spend my time talking about mental wellness, love, personal growth, and everything life, and really just trying to strategize ways and provide tips for you to unlock your happy life. If this is not your first time here, thank you so much for being a part of the Happy Squad, and I deeply appreciate you. So what are the 5 love languages? The 5 love languages was created by Gary Chapman, and he identified 5 ways that partners express and feel love. So the 5 categories are words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, small acts of service, and receiving small gifts. So although Gary Chapman identified these areas to help with better understanding how you feel, why you feel, and how you express love to a partner, I also think that this can be tweaked slightly so that you can engage in self-loving activities and create routines that's going to help you feel the best that you can feel, because you're tailoring it specifically to your love language. So let's hop in. The first one we're going to begin with happens to be one of my salient love languages, and that is words of affirmation. So people who have words of affirmation as one of their salient love languages typically feel most loved or really loved when they're receiving compliments, when someone's affirming or congratulating them for something great that they've done. And it doesn't have to be over the top. It can be the slightest genuine comment given. It doesn't have to be, this whole elaborate thing. So that's words of affirmation. So if that's your love language, some ways that you can feed your love language through self-care is by practicing affirmations. And I'm going to link some videos up here so that you can go back and watch them to see how you manifest affirmations and how I suggest you practice them. Also, I'm going to link a recording of a guided self-love affirmation that I put together a few months ago. So I would say practice affirmations in the morning. You can even jot down some things that you're most proud of yourself for. I would suggest jot 3 things down at the end of the day, or 3 things in the morning that you're proud of from the day before. Another thing that you can also do, and when I think of this, I totally think of being Mary Jane, but you can use Post-it notes and just post some affirmations or some compliments to yourself so that you're always seeing a positive reflection of you through words. So the next love language that we're going to get into is quality time. So those whose love language might be quality time, they want to spend time where they are the center of attention and they have your undivided attention on them and whatever it is that you are engaging in. So if this is your love language, some things that you can do to really feed your love language through self-care is to just carve out time to be with yourself, to engage in whatever it is that is fulfilling to you, whether that's binge watching Netflix, reading a book, journaling, drawing, painting, or even taking a nap just to rejuvenate. Whatever it is, make sure that you carve out some time each day or each week to be with yourself. Undivided, you're the center of attention to you. So my top 2 love languages are words of affirmation and acts of service, small acts of service. But I'm a mother now, and so I'm really starting to value quality time with myself for self-care. So the next one is physical touch. And so this one's a little more self-explanatory. You feel most love when you are physically touching your partner. So for yourself, some things that you can do is like pamper yourself. Do a self-pamper day. You can get a massage if it's safe. And I'm gonna like spare you all the if it's safe, it's COVID thing, because at this point that should be common sense. So yes, certainly like getting a massage, or even just getting a dry brush if you happen to like that texture, and doing the dry brush circulation for self-care. Physical touch for self-care can also be things that just really engage all parts of your body. So it could be doing yoga or Tai Chi, which, by the way, I really love Tai Chi, and I haven't found a Tai Chi class in the area that I live in, but that's a side note. Or buying one of those small foot soaks that have the different vibration patterns, and putting your feet in there and getting a little massage with hot water and Epsom salts. But also you could give yourself a hug. So this one, it really just helps you get engaged with yourself, and it also shoots off neurotransmitters of love and of care. So although it took me a while into doing that, it works. So there's a lot of research about that. And also, if you read Kristen Neff's Self-Compassion, that's one way to engage in self-compassion when you most need it throughout the day. I'm gonna do the last two together, which is small acts of service and receiving gifts. And only because there's a lot of overlap between what I'm going to suggest, but they do have two defined differences. So small acts of service is basically action speaks louder than words. Take a task off of my to-do list and I'm gonna feel love. It's very small, and they're not necessarily gifts in terms of like things that you have to spend money on. So some things that I'm gonna suggest for small acts of service, which is also one of my salient love languages, is to hire someone in to like clean your house, or hire someone to come in and help you get organized. Or if you don't want to hire, or it's not in your budget this month or whatever, you can actually engage in self-care by cleaning your space, clearing the energy in your space, by getting your office space or room or garage organized, so that you have one less thing to worry about on a daily basis. Go ahead and finish that project that you've been holding off on, that's driving you crazy to continue looking at it unfinished. So small acts of service is really about doing things that's going to make your life easier on a day-to-day basis. So those are some of the things that I could say that you might be able to do for small acts of service. Go ahead and comment down below if there's any other things that you think could fit into this category. And then for receiving gifts. So receiving small gifts means that you feel most love when someone is gifting you with something, no matter how inexpensive or expensive. And it's typically something that is like tangible. So one thing that you could do for yourself is, hello, online shopping. Don't do too much. Don't go over your budget. Don't stress yourself out in that way. But if there is something that you really have been wanting, you deserve it. Go ahead and treat yourself to something. I'm one who loves for a package to show up on my door. So, go ahead and do that. You can also purchase a new food item and try that out. Or, you can totally order in if cooking and grocery shopping is not your thing. Order in from a restaurant you've wanted to try. Or you can get yourself a subscription for something that you really love, like a makeup subscription or a clothing subscription or a lingerie subscription, so that you are receiving a gift from yourself for yourself every single month. But again, don't break the bank and make yourself stressed out, because that will be counterproductive to your self-care routine. Down below, let me know what your love language is and how you show yourself that love and engage love language in your daily self-care routine. I'll see you all next week. Thanks for watching. Bye. Light and love.